What's up, YouTube? Thomas Elliott here. It's Thursday. That means it's time to talk about the new movies opening this week. Alright, now there's only one wide release movie coming out this week, and that is Glass. I gotta say, I cannot wait for this movie. I've been talking about this movie for kind of a while. I've really dug the trailers. It seems like M. Night Shyamalan, is probably back now. I mean, if this movie ends up, being good, he's right now 3 for 3 with The Visit, Split, and Glass. Because before The Visit, M. Night Shyamalan did not really have the best resume, but then he came with The Visit, then he did Split. I'm hoping he makes a major comeback because I think he deserves it. And yeah, he gave us The Last Airbender. I guess we can't forgive him for that, but hey, everyone has bad days in the office, And I'm also hoping that this is a comeback for Bruce Willis as well, because Bruce Willis also has not had the best resume. And I really dig the cast. Besides Willis, you also have Sam Jackson returning. James McAvoy is back. Anna Taylor-Joy, who I'm pretty much becoming a fan of lately. You even have Sarah Paulson in this. There's that. So yeah, I'm definitely seeing this tomorrow because it looks really awesome. Now, like I said, Glass is the only nationwide film getting released this week, unless if you count If Beale Street Could Talk, and If Beale Street Could Talk is actually opening nationwide this week as well. So, and there's a few other Stan and Ollie is opening wider this week, but those were already released, so not really adding those. Anyway, now a few other films that's coming out this week. I know everyone is excited for this one, and trust me, I'm pretty sure everyone is excited for this. It's Dragon Ball Super Broly. I know everyone loves Dragon Ball. I've never really been the biggest Dragon Ball Z guy. I've seen episodes here and there, but it was never really a show that stuck with me. But I gotta say, Dragon Ball Super Broly. Been watching previews for this. For someone who's not the biggest Dragon Ball guy, I gotta admit this actually looks cool. Now I've really dug the previews I've seen from this, and yeah, I'm definitely gonna give this one a go. It'll be the first Dragon Ball movie I'm seeing in theaters, by the way. So yeah. Now the animes that I really grew up with that I really enjoy the most is mainly Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Digimon. But Dragon Ball is still pretty decent, and I've just never been the biggest Dragon Ball Z guy, But anyway, also out this week is a film called Adult Life Skills. Now this is a indie film that stars Jodie Whittaker. Now, if you guys don't know the name Jodie Whittaker, she actually is the new female doctor on Doctor Who. And I saw the preview for this. It actually looks like it could be pretty cute and charming. In it, Jodie Whittaker plays a woman named Anna who is comfortable living in her mom's garden shed and making funny videos all day. But as she approaches 30, she starts feeling the pressure to move on and grow up without compromising her youthful spirit. This looks like a really quirky little indie film. I don't know why, but Jodie Whittaker kind of reminds me of Zooey Deschanel in this movie. I don't know why. Just from the trailer, she kind of reminds me of a British version of Zooey Deschanel in a way. And I'm curious to see how good Jodie Whittaker's talents are. I haven't really seen the new Doctor Who really. Been meaning to check it out, but it was on when a few other stuff I liked was also on, so I never really got around to watching it. But you know when maybe if it's like on Netflix or whatever, I'll probably check out on the new Doctor Who because Jodie Whittaker actually. I mean, I've seen previews for the new Doctor Who, and Jodie Whittaker actually do look awesome in that. So yeah, I'll probably give that one a shot. All right. Also, there's like a foreign film called The Harrises, which looks pretty awesome. There's a film called Don't Come Back from the Moon, which is a film that stars James Franco and Rashida Jones. This looks a little interesting. I mean, let me read you what the synopsis for this is. Don't Come Back from the Moon is a story of abandonment when all the men in a remote California desert town walk away from their families one by one. They leave their angry, frustrated sons and daughters behind. Kids who act out and get engaged in acts of petty burglary and vandalism, and look for love and family connection in the aftermath of their abandonment. All the while trying to understand why their fathers have gone to the moon, leaving them to traverse the difficult path to adulthood alone. This is directed by Bruce Terry Chung, and like I said, stars James Franco, Rashida Jones, Jeffrey Wahlberg. I wonder if he is related to Mark Wahlberg. This actor named Zachary Arthur is in this. I mean, this is an interesting role for James Franco, and also an interesting role for Rashida Jones. Like, I saw the trailer, and that's literally a role I would never expect Rashida Jones to play. So I'm definitely curious to check that one out. Also out this week is a film called The Standoff at Sparrow Creek, which stars lots of underrated actors are in this. I mean, you've got James Badge Dale. Let me pull up the cast list. You also got Patrick Fischler, Brian Garrity. I mean, lots of these actors, I gotta say, are completely underrated. I mean, let me, read you what the synopsis for this movie is. After a mass shooting at a police funeral, ex-cop Gannon finds himself unwilling forced out of retirement when he realizes that the killer belongs to the same militia he joined after quitting the force. Understanding that the shooting could set off a chain reaction of copycat violence across the country, Gannon quarantines his fellow military men in the remote lumber mill they call their headquarters. There, he sets about a series of grueling inaugurations, intent on ferreting out the killer and turning him over to the authorities to prevent further bloodshed. That sounds really intense. I mean, I just saw the trailer for this, and it looks really dark, pretty gritty. Like I said, James Badge Dale, I've seen him pop up in stuff like Iron Man 3, 13 Hours, and loads of other stuff. He's a really underrated talent. I kind of wish he had a bigger career, to be honest with you, because he's a really good actor. And Brian Garrity, he was of course in Hurt Locker, The Alienist, Bobby. He's a good actor too. So yeah, I'm definitely interested to check this one out. Anyway, also out this week is a film called Unbridled, which stars Eric Roberts. Don't know much about that. A film called The Last Man, which is a sci-fi movie that stars Hayden Christensen and Harvey Keitel. Jesus Christ, do Harvey Keitel need the money or something? I saw the trailer for this, and it looks like a really bad sci-fi movie. Poor Hayden Christensen. I mean, since his days of Star Wars is over, he has not really had the best track record. I think Hayden Christensen really needs a major comeback. And I think he should do something for Netflix or whatever, because I think he deserves some sort of comeback. Also out this week is some film called The Brawler, which stars Zach McGowan from Shameless fame. There's also a film called Egg, which stars Christina Hendricks, Elisa Rayner, and Anna Kemp from Pitch Perfect fame. Egg actually looks pretty interesting. Let me read you the synopsis for Egg. Egg is a comedy about why women choose motherhood, why they revert fear it, and why some women choose to forego it. Over the course of one explosive evening, two couples and a surrogate must face their own ridiculous and sometimes heartbreaking shortcomings with sharp cutting dialogue and complicated characters. Egg is about the personal, social, professional, and ideological implications of bringing new life into the world. Artist Tina, played by Alicia Rayner from Orange is the New Black, and her passive-aggressive feminist husband, played by the Deuces Gamaiga. I always mispronounce his last name, but I think it's Akanig Gama Gaba. I always mispronounce his last name, but he appeared in like the Deuce, Lottery Ticket. I've seen him pop up and stuff, and he's pretty cool. Anyway. And they also invite her 8-month pregnant art school rival, played by Christina Hendricks, and her power hungry new money husband, played by David Allen Bash, to their Brooklyn loft, surprising them with Tina's new work in progress. I mean, I think this also, you have Anna Camp for Pitch Perfect in this. I think this could be something pretty interesting and charming, and I mean, I like Christina Hendricks, so I'll definitely watch anything she's in. So, yeah, I'll give that one a go. Also, out this week is a comic called I Hate Kids. Now, this here stars Tom Everett Scott from That Thing You Do, Titus Burgess. If you don't know who he is, he's on Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. It also has this actor named Julian Fetter, Rachel Boston, Rhea Seehorn for all you Better Call Saul fans. Now, this actually looks really interesting. In it, Tom Everett Scott plays a man who has everything until he finds out that he actually finds out that he has like a 13-year-old son from a mother that he never met. So him and his son his son goes on a road trip to find the mother. This looks really funny. Now, it's from this same director who did this little movie I saw 2 years ago called A Boy Called Poe. That movie was really good. And Julian Fetter was also in that too. I think this could be something pretty funny. I mean, it's from Freestyle Releasing, and they mainly they've always put out some interesting stuff. Yeah, I'm really curious to check this one out. I mean, would be great. Who knows? But I'll definitely give that one I got. Also out this week is a film called Canal Street. Now, Canal Street looks pretty interesting. Here's what the synopsis is. After being arrested for the murder of a white classmate, a young black man's father fights in court for his son's vindication, and against all odds, they embrace their undying trust in each other and find their faith in God. Now, this film here stars Bryce Wyatt Gray. Now, if you guys don't know him by name, he actually plays Hakeem on Fox's hit show Empire. And besides Bryce Wyatt Gray, it also has Lance Reddick, Guy Pfeiffer, Malachi Williamson. Oh, Clint Crawford's in this? Shame he's not on Lethal Weapon anymore, but I think this could be something pretty interesting, and it's gonna be cool seeing how good Brightshire Y. Gray does in like something outside of Empire. I mean, he was good on a New Edition story, I think that dude could be a really terrific actor. He's really good on Empire, and I've saw the trailer for this, and he looks like he's gonna be really good in this as well. So yeah, I think this could be something pretty interesting, and it looks like it's gonna be another faith-based movie. So there's a lot of those lately. Anyway, also out this week, there's a film called Split Lip. Don't know much about that. Some film called What Is Democracy? I don't know what that is. There's a film called All These Small Moments, which stars a cast that includes Molly Ringwald, Brian D'Arcy James, Kevin Smith's daughter, Harley Quinn Smith. There's also a film called Who Will Write Our History, a thriller called An Acceptable Loss with Jamie Lee Curtis and Tika Sumpter. And also on Netflix this week, there's a film called Close, which is like a thriller that stars Noomi Rapace. Oh, and not to mention The Punisher premieres this week. I know I'm only talking about movies and not TV shows, but just to let you know, Punisher also premieres this week. But that's pretty much it. Let me leave it to you guys. What movies are you interested in checking out this week? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Thomas Ellis signing off.